Welcome to the Importance of Imagination workshop conducted by Monsters Under the Bed. I want you to draw whatever that comes to mind. Anything at all. If you think about a pond, you think about a garden, draw the garden. If you think about a giant butterfly, draw the giant butterfly. I have no idea what he's thinking, he has no idea what I'm thinking. We have random drawings to talk about, and together we're going to form a story like that.
Once upon a time, there was a fish that was a raped limb, and he lived in a cave under the water.
And Mira closed the book to this wonderful story called Rape Limb the Fish. And she was thinking about the cave and all because she felt sometimes living in the HDB block, it feels very much like a cave. And outside the HDB block is a huge tree. And when she looks down at the tree and the garden, sometimes she can see.
She can see ants and butterflies and various other insects near the big tree. And when she's in her cave-like HDB flat, she always dreams about going outside underneath the very ferocious sun, which causes rainbows.
Yes, which causes rainbows, right? You know, after rain, you have sun and you have rainbows. So Mirai always felt that she has this love for adventure within her. So she imagined herself to be a butterfly that's flying around. And one of her special powers is she's able to steal colors from the rainbow. It's a rainbow, right, Stuart? You say it's a rainbow? She's able to steal colors from the rainbow and make herself even more beautiful and colorful. But then she was greedy for colors. She went on stealing all the colors of the rainbow until she became
a cocoon. A cocoon of rainbow. And she had all the colors, she had stolen all the colors of the world, and now the rest of the world was black and white, while her cocoon had all the colors inside. And people were hoping that one day that cocoon would open and release back the colors into the world.
And finally, it did! And out of the cocoon emerged a beautiful girl! Mira is all grown up now. But then the world is not safe, because for every hero there's also a villain. And then she had to face a nemesis.
Her two nemesis, Mr. Steve and Mr. Mischief, who always laughs like this. So, even though she inadvertently stole all the colors and she released them back into the world, but Mr. Steve and Mr. Mischief were not happy with her. And they sent their flying fish, or ducks, what are they? We'll go with flying fish. They were flying fish. So Mr. Steve and Mr. Mischief decided to send their flying fish against the girl and her cat.
And a flying fish, like flying fishes, would go raw, and they can mutate and fall into little devils like this. And there were lots and lots of them, and they would fly around creating havoc. And not just that, there were fishes, there were other animals as well. And then they heard thumping from the ground. Something huge was coming, something that smelled vaguely like bacon.
Mirai's cat decided, enough of this. Mr. Steve and Mr. Mischief cannot get away with this. So the cat turned into a pig. And started to swat the little devils and the flying fish and various other things out of the sky with its enormous hands that they called his arms. And then Mr. Steve and Mr. Mischief decided that they would fly on a helicopter, a helicopter, and decided they would go back to that big tree that Mirai loves so much from outside of her HDB flat and try to destroy it
using a giant black bat. Because Mr. Mischief and Mr. Steve is able to combine together to become a monstrous black bat, which intended to drain the life from the tree and cause chaos and create havoc around the place. But just then, as the moon was up in the sky, and Mirai's cat, although she looks like a simple cat, but it's not as it seems. She has powers herself.
Yes, the cat turned back into a cat from a pig. And just to make sure that you knew it was a cat again, he went meow. Decided to jump over the moon, and so it could attack the vampire bat that was Mr. Steve and Mr. Mischief put together from above, because as you know, black bats fly, and it's very hard to attack them from above. So the cat jumped over the moon and landed on the black bat and took it down back to the ground, where it became Mr. Steve and Mr. Mischief again.
And the tree was saved, and everyone rejoiced, and Mirai was so happy. And out from the bushes and out from the tree emerged thousands and hundreds and thousands of beautiful butterflies. And the day was saved. The end. Well, thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed.